Oh look, we got a new growth starting. And another one right there. That means they are going to make new stalks for next year's blooms. And next year's bloom, or next year when it's blooming, these will look like that one. I'm not sure whether to cut off the old canes or not. The tips of my plumeria are showing green as in growth. Oh yeah, look at that one even has little things coming off. So we're gonna have to get these in the ground. Okay, so the bees are out here feeding pretty heavily. Hello, root. Oh, they knocked down my cactus. I bet that was the squirrels. And put the bird feeders out. I'm being assaulted by a butterfly. There's bees and butterflies all out here. Okay, bird feeders engaged there. Cactus back uprighted. Checking on these two. On this one, I took this out of the big Decorn fern that was in the front yard. I had it growing on the top, but that fern's trying to take over, so pulled it out, put it in this, and just have it hanging out here. Because the original mother plant to this, if this is the one I think it is, the yellow one, that I bought from Target in 2001, loved it when she was right there where these two were. Should have never moved it. But then when it got really sunny, it just got a little overdone. So last bird feeder. Gotta fix this. Is that one that comes undone. All right, let me catch you up on where I am. So I got all the tomatoes planted here. I have 2 cages. This one is the, what do you call them? The little tomatoes, the cherry tomatoes. And I'm gonna try just to train it to that trellis because I really cut this grapevine back because it just really didn't look like it was doing anything. So I really cut it back, hoping maybe it does seem to have some, I don't know if that is an old, these nodes, if these are old or new, they're not green. There's something right there. Oh, and that one right there. All right, maybe it helped, I don't know. I think it might be done for. But anyway, so I got those 3 tomatoes in. And then over here I put 2 cucumbers, which I'm gonna try to train to use the trellis. And I planted 2 peppers way to the back to give them as much shade as possible because this is the pepper from last year. And I know I've shown you this before. And it had 3 peppers on it. We actually took one off, threw it away because it was, terrible from bugs or animals. And then, you know what, this is more than 1 pepper plant. This appears to be 3, now that I'm looking at it. But anyway, these were the leftover from a 6-pack. And I just threw them in there. Anyway, long story short, we ate one. Yeah, because there was a red one and there was 2 green ones. One of the green ones was just, tiny. And the other green one was eaten up. And there is my basil. And there is cilantro. I think I'm going to get those 2 plants out of there and plant those up on their own. And, or in the yard. And maybe plant oregano in there. I'm unsure. I've never been very successful with herbs. They just get burnt up in Florida sun for me. Anyway, you'll see these rocks down here because of my planting, and I have them out for flipping bricks, which is what I was in the middle of doing. That was just a little bit of mulch I had left from those bags I threw it in, but the mulch process is next. So let's see how everyone over here is doing. I think the amaryllis are recovered from that, as is the peace lily. I think they're doing good. As I see now, that little plant down there is probably way too close to the edge, but that's all right, and so's that one. Let's deal with it. The butterfly bush, now that I've read a little about it, I kind of regret having planted it, but okay, it's there. These seem to look a little perkier. Everything seems okay over here except, oh, this amaryllis got bent too. Oh, you know what this was? We had heavy winds and rain and stuff. So I think that might have done that to it. This one, I don't know, I'm worried about because it seems to be all the way down to the bottom. This one I think had a discolored leaf when we started, but the rest of it looks pretty good. And our bromeliads look pretty good. The only thing I'm not happy with is that a lot of them aren't standing straight up, which means that I don't know if they'll get enough water in their cups, but we'll see. And that's the trash pail over there. That hubby insists on, oh, and lots of, I better go on the other side instead of shooting toward the sun. But we have lots of bloom on the jasmine and I can smell it. Yeah, it's nice. Love it. All right, since Jerry's probably not able to help me with the mulch today, I'm going to start a new project, and that is repotting these two pieces of a frangipani or plumeria, whatever you want to call it, into these. I just stuck them there for lack of any other place, and just to see, you know, if they would root. And I think this one didn't. And I think there was one more that didn't make it. I think I had 4 pieces, maybe 5, maybe 6. I don't know. Oh yeah, because I see another piece laying on the ground. Now, sometimes when they lay on the ground, they'll root. So I'll have to check that one out. It could have actually rooted. So I have this big bag of soil, and it's time to get started. Okay, this was really rooted in and didn't want to come out to where it even bent my spade trying to get it out, but it didn't come with a lot of roots. I don't know if I broke them off with my tool there or if pulling on it a little bit broke them, but we'll see. Sorry, the bug landed on me, had to blow it off. Okay, I think I got a little bit better root with this one, and I see the green at the bottom. Yeah, that other one, I don't know if that's gonna make it or if it was in the process of dying already. But I sure heard of the roots. But yeah, that's a nice long one. So I feel better about this one. I forgot I had this third one, which has a triple branch in a pot with cactus and stuff. So it was stuck there. So it was leaning over, so I thought it was dead. So I just pulled on it to pull it out. But it has some roots. I don't know. We'll try it. It's really big though. It's really tall. Yeah, we'll give it a try. All right, there's that one that looked terrible. I thought I pulled it off, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, it's been eaten up. I can almost smell it from here, I think. All right, so I found this other palm of this and where it's located and stuff. I could dig it up and, oh, there's another one. Make it mulch if I wanted to, or compost, but I think I am going to dig those 2 up and put them in little pots too. These are pretty good roots. It was really sandy, so it just came out real easily. So there's all my little plantings lined up against the back of the house. The first one is the drain pipe one, so keep it closest to there. And the next 2 are the ones like it from the same tree. And then the fern from the drain pipe. And then the 3 plumerias from when ours in the front got trimmed. I think last year or the year before. And it just got stuck over in the side or whatever in a pot until we could do something with them. Some of them are in here, but for permanent planting. And then someday when these get a little growth and look a little better, maybe someone will want them. I have another type of palm tree in the front yard, which is much more desirable than this type. This is like an areca type, you know, like a branching thing. One in the front is more like that one. Straight up and down palm tree, which is more desirable. And I got some baby ones of those that I might do next. Also some crino lily, actually. It's kind of letting it just, you know, seed itself, but There's a lot of them that are really close together, so I might get some of those too. So I got the bricks kind of setting up until I get the mulch. I can't get them all the way up, but they're all turned and their area is dug out. Sorry, sniffing from doing this. So I just need Jerry's help, and he's recovering from that eye surgery. So okay, just out here watering the orchids. And this one that was sending up a bloom spike, it's quite the spike now. I'm trying to turn it around here. Yeah, look at that. It's gonna be pretty. So dark. I bet it's gonna be a purple. Let's see what. Oh, you know what? I think this was a bag baby. Better grow, yeah. This was a bag baby. Cool. Makes it even cooler. Okay. Yes, I remember getting this one in Pinellas Park. Yep, at the at the Home Depot. There we go. Yay! I had to stop watering to get a picture of that one and one more. I hope moving that bloom spike there doesn't cause me to break it. I've been known to break many a bloom spike. And then this one has, the coconut one, has all kinds of blooms on it. Yeah. And you know, this is like the worst culture of these. This one's a little better in this pot. This one's great in this pot. Those two don't bloom. This one, it's got a half-filled pot. It was just a broken off piece. Threw it in there. Never dealt with it. And it blooms every year. Prolific. So, bought these little fertilizer containers for this type of orchid food at the orchid show last month. Filled up 4 of them. I'm going to fill up the rest of them and then place them in some of the pots that don't have them. But I don't have enough of this, I don't think, to refill all the old ones that are out there. Yeah, I can just sprinkle it on top too. But you know, the ones that there's no room for this in their pots. Some of them are just too grown for that. But I got to get that orchid food pretty soon because I think May 1st we have a moratorium on selling fertilizer in our county, and it goes until I think like September 1st, maybe. I keep trying to get a picture of the birds landing on my feeders in the backyard, but no luck. That's water on the screen, you see. But you can hear them. They're out there somewhere. Sorry, baby, it's in terrible condition. It was falling out of the pot. We'll see if it makes it. There weren't much in the way of roots, but we'll give her a try. Yeah, I've made a huge mess. I didn't get prepared. I wasn't planning on repotting orchids, and I just started doing it. But my upside down orchid is blooming. And I gave it one of the things there. Yeah. So I repotted 2 oncidiums. That's the Twinkle, and that is the Cherry Baby. They just want to come out of their... I have the hardest time with oncidiums. They just want to come out of their pots. All 4 of those are oncidiums. Tried one this way. It's not looking so hot. But it's still alive, and it's been a year at least. So, yeah, when I started with oncidiums, I just had them in a big basket hanging out there where the airplane or spider plant is now, like that. And it loved it. But since then I've tried in pots and slabs and on top of orchids and other places. It actually did pretty good on top of the orchid, but it couldn't stay. Okay, now I've made this huge mess. I thought this room wasn't messy enough already. And thought I gotta quit because it's like 1:30. Haven't had a thing to eat. I just started out on one little thing and something led to another, to another, to another. But at least I found this pot that I love and had been missing. Okay, everything I'm going to mulch is mulch. I even put a little mulch in these. Try to keep the weeds down. All done here. So those are peppers, cucumbers, and those are 3 pepper plants from last year, and some herbs, cilantro and basil. I just planted the ones I'm might use because I did a whole cool herb planting before, and the sun just killed it here in Florida. So these are tomatoes, 2 regular, 1 cherry. And of course, we've seen this side many times. I did end up putting a little bit more mulch in here. And, the oncidium, put a little bit of mulch on the top of these just because they're gone so much and they don't get watered as much. The jasmine smells fabulous. There's bees all in it. Oh, there's a lizard crawling around. Cleaned up the base of it though. Let it get some light down there. Had a bunch of little stickly growth. Jerry pulled out my garden cart that cousin Erica gave me years ago and assembled it. It was nice to use today. That was to bring the mulch in. There's his junk pile, which I wish wasn't there, but marital concessions, what can I say? And I am seeing a little more growth there, some leaves there and there on the grapevine. So I'm hoping, here's hoping. It's just an old piece of the grapevine that I just stuck there because I like the structure of it. And then all the starts. Yeah, you've seen all these. I may have added some cactus. This is from the front porch plant. I repotted it and it just fell apart into many different plants. Of course, I planted some seeds. That is jasmine. I know that if I had rooted that in water, it would have made roots because when we get heavy raining time, they shoot out roots on the vine. But I thought, let me just try it in dirt. And then I got these ferns out the front yard. There's something in my shoe. And put them in there. I went out to get the palm tree in the front, but I could not get it. So I'm not going to, hurt myself over it. So this thing comes up every year and then dies completely down. And I dug it out and that was hard. So yeah, and it's some special magic plant kind of thing that I ordered from the back of a gardening magazine like a zillion years ago. And it makes a nice little bush, about the size of that pot actually. Not that high, but that wide every year. But before it really gets anywhere, I don't know if the sun dyes it back or what, it's from Japan. Some guy told Jerry, oh, you don't want that, that's this big tree, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what it said it was, so I don't know. It was a pool guy who said it, so I don't know if pool guys are experts on botany. But anyway, so that's what I got done. So next project is not going to be this, because I'm going to let the bees continue to love these wildflowers, which a person might call weeds. They're wildflowers, and the bees love them. I had to save a bee out of the pool yesterday, and I got a good look at it. I think it was a yellow jacket, but anyway, whoever, he got to live. So I'm thinking this is next. Just trim it back to the edge of the pavers there, what I can. And then anything that hangs over where we walk, we usually take that out too. Sometimes we get professional help with this, but now that it's still kind of early, so I think maybe I can do it. Now that's going to mean a lot of those white flowers. Yeah, but they've got all these, so I don't feel too bad. I'll let them keep this if I can just clean this area up a little bit. And then I got a bunch of pots and stuff stashed back there that I need to get into one place or another. I haven't decided where yet. Maybe on the other side of the house. Oh no, I already showed you my gardening cart. It'll make it a little easier because I was just going back and forth the other day, carrying stuff from one side to another. Still going strong. I know. The floor in here is dirty. This whole room is dirty. It needs to be cleaned. That's also on the list. Maybe that's the next project because I got to replant some stuff. I was going to replant a phalaenopsis, but I ended up taking it in the house. Brought some of my blooming orchids into the house to enjoy them for a bit. Okay, so this is the mess I'm dealing with today. And those phalaenopsis that are all coming out of their pots and suffering as a result. So the missing one there is in the house, and this little one was in the house too. It used to be in the front porch, but I just like to bring some flowering ones in occasionally. So anyway, I guess let's get started. See, sometimes these phals just walk themselves right out of the pot, and then the exposed roots, of course, get dried out, unless you're a mister. But yeah, see what we can do. Phal number 1 is repotted. I just need to set the pots outside and rinse it down, but I'm going to do them all in a group like that because it just gets little debris on the outside of the pot. Dang, there was a lot of roots. I got my phals replanted, but look at the mess I've made. It's worse. What happened was I ended up having to work on all these 4 cattleyas and that one because I found scale and I need to repot them, but I don't have the medium to do it. Oops. So don't these look better? They're not coming out of their pots anymore. Yeah, 2 of these are babies off of 2 of the others. Yeah, this one has a baby, and that one had a baby. I called them Kikis in the orchid world. And then this one, the main stalk, I notice is broken here, but it has 2 Kikis. I'm just going to leave it alone in the pot for now until it needs repotted, and probably will leave it that way. This is going to be so dark, but I digress. I have to get back to my mess because I probably won't be doing any more work out here other than cleaning up until we leave on vacation, because I've got a lot of stuff to do before then. Okay, I was going to give you a screen porch update, but there's a cardinal at the feeder and I don't want to scare it away. Let's see if we can get a picture of it. Not from over here. Oh. No, she flew off. Okay, so look how much cleaner it is. It's almost ready for summer or spring. Yes, the table's all washed with sanitizers. Yeah, I'm very happy with the way the phals turned out. All the blooming ones have the top spot. The others have the bottom. Move that up. It was down on the bottom. It just wasn't getting enough light, I don't think. I'm not sure if I got to hang where I'm going to put that birdhouse. I don't think they're going to use it. It's cool though. And I moved this one over here. It gets a little less sun than where it was, but it is closer to its family, which is right there, that are in the same family. Clean this way up. A lot of stuff isn't there anymore. None of the pots and stuff are there. We even cleaned the floor, although you can't tell, but we got all the debris, and it's going to take something to blooms. So it's never going to be completely clean because the water puddles, so it'll never be completely clean, but I'll just shoot the camera like this and you won't know. So I got scale off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7, although this is the same plant as this, and it made itself into 2 plants, and one of my phalaenopsis did too. So I have 2 extra orchids now. Yeah, I didn't have enough medium for this. It's not full at all, but I'll have to go get some tomorrow. I'm feeling up to it. I think I'm about to have a little bit of a diver episode, and then I got to take a close look at this one. Oh, the cardinal's back. I hear him. Yeah, he's in the tree right there. Maybe if I sit still, we'll get a picture of him. But this one has a bunch of bad leaves, so no, he flew off. Okay, this one has a bunch of bad leaves, so I'm thinking that there might be some scale there somewhere. I don't know. And maybe it's just because it's such a big plant, you know. It's going to drop some leaves eventually. But yeah, so pretty happy. Like, say we get the scrubber out, maybe a power washer or something, but definitely scrubber out tomorrow or next day or two. It's not critical before we leave for our trip. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this vlog up because the floor is not going to look that different. Well, it's going to look a lot different, but it's not a big deal. So that is a lot of update on the backyard. And next, I think we'll be over there. But that'll be when we get back from Alaska, which I should take a still shot of this right now, because I bet by the time we get back, it'll be a lot different, especially if it rains.